Hey, scroll break for a quick Bible study session. So, y'all, we will be using the TikTok viral Bible study book. Today, we'll be reading the story of Jethro and Moses. As you can see, the key moment starts in Exodus 18, 13 through 27, but the full reading is Exodus 18. I went ahead and read the whole thing and just highlighted the key moment. But y'all, good news. Y'all can go ahead and read chapter 18 later, because we got a little outline right here. Always good to read for yourself, though. Now, to summarize the outline, chapter 18 is where we pick up our story at the height of Moses' success. This is where he led the nation of Israel out of Egypt from slavery. This is where he parted the Red Sea, and he watched God feed thousands with manna and produce water from a rock. Now, what I like about this book, y'all, is it brings out people and their characters that we don't really pay much attention to when we're just reading the Bible. And one character that is Jethro. He is reintroduced in chapter 18, and he is Moses' father-in-law. Now, Jethro was praising the Lord for his faithfulness and his blessing, but when he heard what happened to Moses and he heard Moses' story, he glorified God even more. He recognized the greatness in the God of Israel, Yahweh. And then he offers sacrifices to the Lord. Now, what worries Jethro in this moment is he sees how hard Moses is overworking himself, carrying so many tasks for doing so much, and he's doing it all alone. And right now, Jethro sees Moses judging the people. Now, as Moses sits as a judge for the people, Jethro asks him, "Why are you doing all of this?" Now, Moses replies, and he says the people are coming to him to hear the will of God. Now, this was Jethro's response. Jethro says, "You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone." Now, the book say pause for a moment, so I want y'all to pause for a minute too, and think about how hard that was for Jethro to say to Moses. Yes, he was his father-in-law, but look at who he was speaking to. Moses was a great man of God. He was a prophet of God. He parted the Red Sea. He was the plague bringer of Egypt. Jethro understood the deeper character development in Moses, so he wasn't going to be his yes man. He was going to be the man who helped him. Moses was already successful for what God had wanted him to do, but Jethro wanted to see Moses continue to thrive in his success. He didn't want him to get tired or drained out. So Jethro gave him 3 things to do to make his job easier. This book says, first, he affirms Moses as the people's representative before God. Second, he encourages Moses to teach the people how to discern God's will for themselves. And third, he instructs Moses to delegate his position as a judge to other capable, God-fearing individuals. And here is where we experience the moment where they come together. We're picturing a community flourishing together. We're picturing a community that's sharing wisdom together and not just trying to get it from one, but they're helping each other so nobody gets drained, nobody gets tired. And then they live humbly before God and each other. Now, y'all just stop for a moment and think about how blessed we are, because back then they didn't even have internet. So they were all communicating face to face, going to get help face to face. Now we are blessed enough to have the internet where I can turn on this camera and I can spread the word of God right through here to you. I'm not a preacher, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a teacher, but I am a sheep trying to help other sheep. And I want others to help me as well. I have a seed in me that I want to grow, but I want others to help me grow it as well. And I want to help others grow their seed. And the internet is how we do it. Social media is how we do it. Communicating through our phones is how we do it. In this book right here, it says we are blessed to live in a time in which we have countless ways to make a better world. We have the internet, which allows us to build relationships with people anywhere on the globe. We have social media that allows us to influence hundreds of people with the press of a button. We have jobs that provide helpful services to others. And this might not seem like a lot to you all, but it is, because these structures and systems allow us to pursue good things. These structures and systems allow us to stay connected. It allows us to keep that community that we see in Exodus 18. We get to keep that picture. We get to keep sharing wisdom with each other. And I pray that this lands on somebody's hearts. But what else the book says is similar to Moses. However, we mistakenly justify working past our limits, overworking ourselves, working too hard, as if it is a good thing. Perhaps we may even lean on our past successes, capabilities, and triumphs as a rationalization for toiling further. But Jethro's invitation for Moses and all of us is to let go of the continued need to strive for more, to lean on others, and be at peace with God. To be at peace is to be a community. And at one moment in time, I didn't think a community mattered. So I was trying to hold everything down by myself. I'm making a Bible study group. I'm doing everything by myself because I'm thinking I know it all. But no, I need every single one of you. I need every child of God, every advocate for Christ. I don't know it all. I need y'all help, and I know that somebody out there needs to hear this as well. So I hope that this is helping somebody as well. Y'all, this book is so powerful. It got me in a mode. Go get this book. It's a lot of food for thought in here. Stuff that you won't even think about. Stuff that you don't think is important is important. Everything that has to do with God is important. Every book that has to do with God is important. It is good for your soul. If y'all get y'all this book, y'all won't be disappointed. And please, if you give it a first go and you don't like it just like I did, give it a second go. And ask God to just open your heart and soften your heart and open your mind to things that you think you don't need. Because sometimes he puts things right in front of you and you won't even know that it's for you.